Chitra Goswami, and this video is for the summary of lesson number 21, and the name of the lesson is family. The objective of this lesson is that students learn vocabulary for family members and practice describing their own families. For the first step, you are going to write a statement on the whiteboard. The statement is, living in a nuclear family is better than living in a joint family. You will ask students to comment on this, and to spark this discussion, you will choose to speak against joint family or nuclear family, whichever seems to be attracting more comments. For the second step, you will ask students to open their SABs to lesson number 21 and look at the vocabulary in part A. Do not go over the definitions. Instead, ask students to listen for the words and try to understand their meaning as they watch the video. And students will watch AV on their laptops and can watch 2 times if needed. Then you will ask a few questions from the students. The questions are, what words are used to describe Leena's parents? Does Leena have brothers or sisters? Who else lives with Leena? What does aunt and uncle mean? And how many cousins does Leena have? And what words are used to describe a sister or a brother's children? For the third step, you will ask students to close the laptops and stand up. You will tell them you will call out a family member and they should form a group with everyone who has the same number of that family member as you. For example, if you call out sisters, then everyone with no sisters will make a group, and everyone with one sister should make a group, and so on. The goal is to form the groups correctly as quickly as possible. You're going to play for 10 minutes or until all the family member categories have been called out. The fourth step is the vocabulary practice time, and for this, you will ask them to use the sentence frames in the workbook part B to discuss their family with a partner, and they should practice in pairs for 5 to 10 minutes. Then you will call on 3 or 4 partners to discuss their families in front of the class. For the fifth step, you will ask students to log in into their Duolingo account, and you will let students begin their Duolingo task. Next is a very fun energizer, and the name of the energizer is Look Up. For this energizer, students should stand in a circle and look down at the floor. When the facilitator says look up, everyone must look directly at the eyes of someone in the group. Most likely that person will be looking at somebody else, but if 2 people look at each other, both are out. The next part of the lesson is mindset, and the objectives of this lesson are to develop students' understanding that putting in effort can help them to get the most out of FEA program and to succeed in life. For the first step, you will explain that FEA might challenge you in some ways. For example, you will be asked to work hard and try new things, stand up and speak in front of people, or work in a team. You might make mistakes or be asked to think about things in a new way. When you face a challenge, you can give up or you can work hard and rise up to the challenge. Then you will ask 2 questions from the students. The first question is, what do you gain if you give up, and what do you gain if you work hard? And you will explain that even though it may feel difficult at times, there are many ways you can get support. If you are finding FEA classes difficult, what can you do to find help? And you are going to write the students' answers on the board and add if needed. For the second step, you will ask students to switch to typing practice, and you will ask students to practice typing. The students are going to type in pairs, and for both pairs, the sentences are given in your FRB. For the third step, you are going to conduct the wrap-up in the form of stand-up and sit-down activity. Now, lastly, you are going to prepare yourself by taking notes from student retention techniques document as done in previous lessons. Lastly, you can acknowledge the student for what they did well during the session, and you can conduct the pledge. Thank you so much.